What is root beer? What flavor is that delicious drink? You might be shocked to find out what it's really made from. Welcome back to The Art of Doing, everybody, where we seek to inspire you to practice doing new and different things, explore new interests, and discover new passions. If this is the first time to the channel, welcome. We cover new and different topics every week, and we're hoping to inspire you to learn or try or do something new. Today I want to talk about root beer, and how is this going to tie into me chopping down some trees? It's an interesting story. I had a bunch of trees in my backyard that I needed taking down, and I called my good buddy Greg, who owns a tree company. It's Noble Tree Company out of Boxford, Massachusetts. And he came over and he started chopping down some trees. Well, I had worked with him whenever I had some time because he's a great guy and I like to get out there and be physical. And if you know me, I like to try new and different things. And earlier in me hanging out with him and chopping down some trees, we'd run some trees through the shredder, and if it was a pine tree, it kicked off this great aroma, and I would ask him, what kind of tree is this that I'm smelling, or what type of tree is this? Well, one day we were running a tree through, and I said, Greg, I'm getting the craziest fresh scent out of this tree. I thought this was an oak tree. And he says, Ben, I'm pretty sure that's the laundry of the guy next door. And I was embarrassed, and we kept on running trees through. Well, so he's at my house, and we're taking down some trees, and we're running a tree through the chipper. And in my head, I'm thinking, man, that smells just like wintergreen. The smell is so strong, but I don't want to bring this up to Greg again, and he thinks I'm a goof from the last time that I brought up a strange smell. The smell was so strong I had to do. I said, Greg, are you smelling that mint flavor? How is this happening? As it turns out, we were chopping down some sweet birch tree, and it's got a very minty wintergreen type of flavor. And as soon as he said it was sweet birch, I said, geez, I've tried a soda, birch soda, that's got an incredible wintergreen flavor to it. And sure enough, you can actually taste the sap off the birch tree. Some people actually tap a birch tree for its sap, and it's got a great sweet, minty flavor. Well, I was looking at root beer, and I came across a clear root beer, and I tasted the root beer, and without that brown color, the taste really jumped out at me that it was very minty. And if you follow advertising and food colorings, there's a strong psychological component to the color of the food and a taste that it might represent. So especially with candies, they put in a bright color, make you think it's this flavor when actually it's a bunch of chemicals. Well, the same with root beer. It's a brown flavor, but originally root beer was made with sassafras. And I want to say Hires was I can't remember his first name, was the first guy that came out with a commercially available root beer, a pharmacist way back in the day, Hires root beer. And his was a sassafras-based root beer. And shortly after that, was it Barq's? I think Barq's was the next one that came out with a sarsaparilla base to their root beer. And as an aside, sarsaparilla and sassafras have to be two of the most amazingly fun words in the English language to say. So these concoctions of theirs, non-alcoholic, even though it's called root beer, are made from the root bark of sarsaparilla or sassafras, and they also have a bunch of other flavors in them. Among them are this birch sap, which tastes very minty, and increasingly wintergreen flavor, which is obviously a mint flavor. Again, as an aside, sassafras has a cancer-causing agent in it, so they outlawed actual sassafras in root beer flavoring. But they continue to use a very minty, wintergreen, birch flavor in root beer to this day. And if you go out and taste your favorite root beer, close your eyes and tell me if you don't realize you're drinking a mint-flavored soda. If you have noticed this, please leave this in a comment section down below. And if you haven't noticed, tell me what you think root beer tastes like. If you're watching this far, I really appreciate it. Hit that like button It's the best way to show support to the channel and help get this out to as many people as possible. Share this with your friends, and thanks for sticking around with me. Let's always remember to practice compassion, practice kindness, and practice humility. And thanks for helping me to practice the art of doing. There's some great videos over here that you might like. Click here to subscribe, and there's a great playlist down here. Thanks, everybody.